Hey, happy Friday.
They're on the open.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
There we go. Look, Johnny behind the scenes here is making this run. I'm sitting here just trying to pick my feet up. He's running around making sure the camera's good, all the mics are good.
get my steps in left and right.
Getting your steps in.
That's what it's all about.
Everybody loves that shirt, man.
That's what I do it for. I do it for the cuppies.
This shirt is
I also know you hate it, which is also why I do
so
it.
bad. I don't. If the people love it, the people love it.
You got to give the people what they want.
Do you put this on and go, oh my gosh, I'm looking fashionable?
Oh, look at my. It takes me a little bit longer to get out of the apartment because I'll just be looking at myself in the mirror and be like, I ate today. That's what you kids say, right?
Yeah, eat it up.
Yeah.
Okay, happy Friday, everyone. Everyone's saying, especially Melly, this is the longest short week ever. It kind of flew by for me, I won't lie.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. But I
it
will
wasn't as
say,
bad.
I think we've talked about this before. When we have those 4 days, Mark.
Mark, man after my own heart. That was funny. Get him.
That hurt.
When we have these 4-day weeks.
When we have these 4 days weeks, for some reason, they feel so much longer than the typical 5-day.
You feel each and every one of those days, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but because I woke up each day thinking it was the day before, like on Thursday, I was like, oh, Wednesday. And I was like, oh, hold on. We're almost done.
How's your sleep score doing lately?
Ooh, kind of rough.
Same.
I had I play for my friend's softball league now. So I had a game last night.
How'd you do?
I had one hit, solid. I had a real big catch in the outfield.
That's big.
They weren't ready for me. And we won. That was our first
Well,
win.
that's enough of that.
Yeah, turn your phones off.
Sorry.
We had a win, so I was up late not celebrating, but didn't go to bed till later. I think it was a
Right,
77.
not celebrating.
I really wasn't. I knew that I had to come in here, that Ed wasn't here with us today. He's off today, getting to enjoy the Friday. Melly had a 3-day week and it felt long. That's wild, dude. Honestly, any day working feels long at this point. Barbara
Some
says-
people have had 2-day weeks this week and also have said that it's kind of long.
Any day that you have to show up to work, it feels. Oh, the music is still playing. She says.
The music is playing.
Like the
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, just
Is
setting
that
the mood
music?
here. That's all.
Oh.
No, it's gone.
No more. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Sorry, Marguerite.
Barbara says, "Are they in PJs on your hoodie?"
They are. Yeah, it is. It's a bunch of Disney characters just waking up, just the boys having a sleepover together, and what more do you want than just the boys hanging out together? That's what we dream of. So.
Yeah, that's what I dream of all the time. Paula just got to work. The number of out-of-state plates on the thruway today was incredible. Where's everybody going? Out-of-state plates, okay. This weekend, there's a lot going on this weekend, but I wonder what people are from out of town are.
I also know that Memorial Day is the last Monday in May, but I don't know why, but this is one of those like end of the month holidays that I always assume is like on the 30th, 31st. So it not being this weekend is
This not being Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, usually it's like that 31st day weekend, but it was last weekend, which was a little different. I'm cracking up at everyone. Giving Ed the business. Ed is always off. When does Ed work?
It's funny because it's
two things can be true.
I'm not giving shade. I'm not giving shade to Katie, but I'm going to give a little shade to Katie.
Ooh.
It does seem like when she was here, Katie would be on these sabbaticals, so to speak. And now I won't say that Ed is not off. Ed worked a double yesterday. So
that's why he's not here.
Yes,
He worked.
yeah.
You probably, if you watched last night, you probably saw him live during the 5 and 6 o'clock because he was doing the Hour 716 segment where we held one of our listening sessions. So we're going to be doing those all throughout the summer. You can stop by, say hi. Would love to see a couple cuppies out there. I'm going to be at a few. I'm going to let you know when they're happening. But Ed did one yesterday at the Delavan Grider Farmers Market that we were telling you about. So he worked a double yesterday. He's off today. But I am going to say the two things can be true. Ed is off a lot, but he works a lot. So
He does work a lot.
That man is working when you don't think he's working. He is sending emails. He's sending texts. You know he can't help it. We put his number up here all the time. You know his phone's ringing off the hook. So as much as he's out there being off, he's also working very hard. Check
Yeah.
with your HR department. I'm sure Ed. Oh my gosh. Ed is out way more than poor Kate. We're going to take a look at the numbers, but I'll tell you who's always here.
No, Connie. No.
We're here.
No. Katie, never mind. It's fine. What's important is that,
We're working.
yeah, we're
Burning
here.
the midnight oil.
I'm behind the scenes where I belong, and Taylor's holding everything
Doing
down.
what I can.
the
But you
way-
guys get
the way
Katie
it
back
should be.
soon. You guys are going to get Katie back soon. You're going to be free from me. I hope that at least one person misses
I'm
me
gonna
when Katie
cry.
comes back.
I'm going to cry. I'm going to be upset.
Oh, that means a lot. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
pal.
going to be upset. Do you think, I think Jordan will be upset.
I think Jordan might be a little upset. Obviously, Rob, we're happy to have Katie back. We've missed her a lot.
Yeah.
I'll be happy when Katie comes back for sure because I can sleep a little longer.
My
But
my two favorite parts of yesterday were when you asked how Paul was doing, and there was just
silence.
random
I think
silence.
Ed asked, and we were like,
somehow the Zoom cut out at that exact moment, and then the awkward ad that played after.
"Oh my gosh, that was so funny." Oh, you gotta do what you can to get the poop out of your butt. What was that? That was the ad, right? How to get like poop unstuck?
Maybe.
It was something like that. If you go back to Second Cup yesterday, everyone who was here.
I think it was fun. I don't know. I
Had a
really wasn't
great
paying
laugh at
attention.
that.
I was just pure chaos immediately entered my brain, and I had to get that off the screen as soon as possible. So
Ben says that Katie doesn't bring food
that's
in the
also
morning.
a very good point, Ben.
She could now. She could. Someone will have to bring baked goods for
Where
the
is she
morning
gonna
show when
find the time?
when I go. I know.
Where is she going to find the time?
I'm not leaving 7. I'll be here. I just won't be on the morning show when Katie comes back because I'm here because, Katie's been off taking care of the baby. As Paula points out, it's important that she's at home with her baby, enjoying maternity leave. We all love seeing the pictures she posted on Instagram. That time at home is it's the first couple of months of his life. Like, she'll always remember that. So I'm glad that I was able to be here when she was doing that. Michael came in as soon as we were talking about the the ad from yesterday. Michael, if you weren't here yesterday, we were talking to Katie and we showed some of that. But at the end of it, because it was on YouTube, we played a YouTube ad that was hilarious. Go back to yesterday's episode. That was funny. I really was pandering for these comments, guys, but thank you. I appreciate you guys for letting me come hang out with the Cuppy crew. We still got a couple more weeks left, so
Howard
we'll have
brings up a good point too. Between Katie being off a lot and Ed as well, Taylor, you will be covering the morning shift most of the time anyways. So
Will I?
why are you asking me?
You're the manager. You're my boss.
Leave a comment if you think that's true.
You'll be my boss? It is true. You're a manager now.
Come on.
I'll probably be back here and there.
Yeah.
Mondays or Fridays, off
Yeah. I
days.
mean,
It's possible. I can't stay away too long. Okay, we have
and
some
then
people.
we'll get along, and then you'll be like, I got to bully him, so I got to work the morning show, and then you'll have to bully me again. So it's
true.
good.
Gotta fill in. We were wondering where everyone's going. Where
See, Paula, right off the bat. Wait, John is Taylor's boss. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, do I feel that way? I don't know. The other day, it was a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, the morning shift's great because there are no bosses here. And someone was like, what about John?
You
was
said that's
like,
someone that was shadowing too. Like it wasn't even someone that works here. You
I was
said
being
it's someone
so
shadowing.
serious.
You're like, yeah, there's no managers here, so it's really good. And I'm like,
That's me humbling John.
okay.
We're besties. It's different. But you are my boss and you are in charge of everything here. Howard says he appreciates me for keeping Ed in line. Thank God we didn't have just 6 months of Ed. Can you imagine that if it was just straight up 6 months of Ed?
I mean, I feel like he would have held down the fort fine.
Oh, he obviously would have. I think he would love that.
I think what the Cuppies wouldn't have been ready for was 6 months of me joining him on Second Cup.
I think that would have been cool.
Mm.
I support that. I'm in for it.
It seems like you're. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Mark, I know you said that I look like I just rolled out of
Rag on
bed,
John
but
Day.
now you have my back. I appreciate it.
Every day is
That's what it's all
Rag
about.
on John Day. Let's see. Peter says, the weekend evening news is overrated. Just keep telling in the mornings we need hooray up sunshine. You know what? Maybe if I'm up at 8 o'clock, you can just put me in a Second Cup too. I'm always willing to be in Second Cup. 8 o'clock is good enough time.
Unless she has to get B-roll of buses,
We're not talking about
then she might not make it for Second Cup.
Look at this. If you'll notice by the last name, This comment's a little biased, but I do love my sister, so I'll take it. Thanks for being here. Look, you got love too. This was requested. Oh, it's a little tight on the head today.
Yeah, I don't even.
Haircut time.
Well, I have a wedding in July that I'm probably just gonna wait to get a haircut for.
Your sibling's wedding?
No. He doesn't get married
Oh.
till next year.
Oh, who's getting married?
One of my childhood friends is getting married for a second time.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at the first one.
Totally fine.
Hopefully, I'll bring better luck this time. I guess.
Switch some things. Stand on the other side or something.
Yeah.
Are you in the wedding?
No.
Oh, you're just going.
No, I've never been in a wedding, and I'm
think
pretty
I have
happy
either.
about that. To be honest with you, because from what I hear, it's terrible.
It sounds like a lot. I've never been in a wedding. I've only been to a couple weddings, honestly. Ed's wedding was the first real wedding that I went to as an adult, which was a super fun time. But yeah, I don't know. Sounds good. Wait, let's see. I was gonna ask Taylor if you'd be joining Second Cup after Katie's back. I hope so. I'm gonna try as much as possible. Shifts are gonna be changing around.
Oh yeah, that's true. It would be a little difficult.
Mhm.
But what if we did? You know what you could do? You could leave you could keep your cooking segment going.
I can if you want me to send over the videos for Price Tracker and you can keep them in.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to see my bakes. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Taylor.eps, that's where I post my baked goods. Marguerite was the one who said I should steal the hat, so we stole the hat. It's a tradition when me and Johnny are on Second Cup. My sister wasn't here for the beginning, so she missed the hoodie conversation if you'd like to talk about it again.
It's a bunch of Disney characters in their what are these called? Nightgowns? Yeah, they're in their nightgowns, they're in their long johns, just getting out of bed and just having a sleepover with the fellas. You know, who knows? Maybe they spent all night ripping Fortnite or something along those lines. Who knows what those crazy characters got up to? But
Everyone wants to know where you
that's what
got
it's
it.
all about. It's from either the Disney store or Roosevelt's is the company. So either one. No free ads though.
Huge. No free ads. Melly says you're looking thick in the hair.
I know. Well, yeah.
He's going to get the haircut before the wedding, guys. All right, let's talk about this weekend. What do you got going on? What are your plans? I got a busy weekend. What about you?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
I might go to the baseball team's Star Wars night
He doesn't like to say Bisons because he says
because I
it's
say it
wrong.
correctly. That's why I say it correctly. The Bisons. I'm going to the Bisons Star Wars night tomorrow, I believe.
Bisons. You guys know he's not from here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not from here, but I say it right.
No, okay.
So you got Bison's game tomorrow. It's their Star Wars night.
Mm-hmm.
Super exciting. Sunday, just chilling. Sunday, first day of June.
I know.
Huge.
The best thing about a month starting on a weekend or on a Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
rent isn't due for one more day.
True.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Wait, I paid mine this morning. I should have waited, huh? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to make any more money in the next 4 days.
We've done this before. One of us is a procrastinator. One of us is you. So
I'm not. They're not knocking down my door. I'm not trying to get evicted. Okay, so I got a lot going on, but Carmen says she's going to the Bandits rally that's happening today. Alumni Plaza. Do you say Plaza or Plaza? Because Ben was making fun of me earlier because I said Plaza. Sorry, I said
would
it too many
say
times.
the rally's at Alumni Plaza.
Plaza?
I don't know.
I don't know either because I said Plaza
say
this
both.
morning.
I say both ways.
I think I say both. Either way, the Bandits are champs. Took home that NLL title in front of that sellout crowd. And today's the day they celebrate. They get over to Alumni Plaza, or Plaza, however you say it. And they're going to be drinking beers, having a good time.
I loved that soundbite.
Chugging them out of the
McKay.
trophy.
I loved that soundbite. That was so good.
Who doesn't want to have a beer with Ian McKay? I mean, any of the Bandits. They just seem like such cool guys. I remember last year at the Pride Parade, it was just after they won their second in a row, and they brought the trophy and they were walking around, and we just happened to finish the parade at the same time as they did, and we just we're talking to them in that Family Dollar parking lot. Mm-hmm. Coolest guys I've ever met, most down to earth. Not saying any of the other athletes we have aren't, because I think the Bills and the Sabres are still pretty cool guys, but the Bandits have a really approachable nature, which is going to make it so easy to hang out with them.
Yeah. Most of them are also just normal guys. So they transcend the I'm just a part of the community
Huge
kind of feeling, which is awesome.
Yeah, Mark says one of the players was on Pat McAfee yesterday. I think that was Ian McKay too, right?
It
Who was
was
it?
I'm blanking on his name. He scored the behind the back goal.
Josh Byrne?
No,
Oh.
Frasier.
Oh,
I think it was Frasier.
Mark, let us know who it was because I didn't. I saw it.
Chase,
but I didn't see
yeah,
it.
Chase Frasier
Oh.
was on the show yesterday.
Cool,
See,
cool.
I know things.
Bang, there you go. Yeah. Bandits are getting so much attention now too. Pat McAfee interviewed Chase Frazier. It's about time the champs get some recognition. Honestly, Sarah, you're so right.
All it took was 3 championships in a row.
I mean, all it
no
takes
big
is a
deal.
3P, and like
Yeah.
in any sport, winning 3 championships in a row is hard, and they have the most in the league. So like, it took forever to start talking about the Bandits. I went to my first Bandits game this year, so I'll say I was a little slow on the come up because I just don't really know lacrosse very well. But if you've never been or you haven't bought into this Bandits thing yet, you should. It's just so much fun, and it's something to be proud of. So I hope that, it keeps getting that national recognition. I want to see them on like ESPN's highlights, Sports Center's top 10. I want to see I want to see the Bandits everywhere.
My first Bandits game was the championship in 2023. That would make sense, right?
The first one.
Yeah.
Just 3, 4, 5.
And I had no idea what to expect because it's not something that I really grew up with. But the atmosphere is pure electricity, music going nonstop. The announcer is just fantastic. Really
the
gets you
best.
engaged throughout the entire
What do they
game.
got?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's sick.
Buffalo what? I don't know what you mean.
You got to be ready. Got to stay on your toes. When we're talking about so Linda says Plaza. Like, wait, how do you say Amherst? Amherst Plaza. Julie says I say both. It depends what words are around.
Do you say aunt or aunt?
I say aunt,
Okay.
but I feel like that's rare. You say aunt?
If I was like this is my Aunt Taylor, that's how I would say that.
I would say-
but I would be like, this is my aunt.
Okay.
So I do both.
I
is
usually
data,
say
though.
aunt.
I will say it's data, and I will
It's data, not data.
yeah.
Data's.
I'm gonna
that is
stand on that
weird.
one. But anyway, back to the Bandits.
You made it tomorrow.
Another thing that was the ticket prices last week were through the roof, and I was shocked about that.
I mean, but I think people started to recognize it.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a must see. I think when they didn't beat the Rush, when the Rush were at home, like if they would have won away, it was like, oh, okay, whatever. They were coming back home to secure the 3P. I mean, that's must see. If
And on a
if I was
Saturday
not at
afternoon,
Beyonce that weekend, I would have gone. I would have paid it.
for $120 plus.
I think so. Looked electric.
Yeah,
I don't know. You going down there today for the celebration? It's a lot of people.
Probably not. Let's take a look. Well, never mind. Can't take a look because this is what we'd be looking at.
Nope.
This doesn't really help us out.
Well, it seems like the weather will be nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
I think the weather will be nice. I think you said somewhere in the 60s, right? For
It'll be
for
like
the parade?
56. Yeah, for tonight, actually, it'll be pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll stop. Maybe I'll swing by if there's
Yeah.
if I have nothing better to do.
I don't know.
I'll clear my schedule or something like that. Who knows?
They have 17,500 per game, which is huge. And I feel like they're probably going to be that many people down there today. So be careful. Make sure you're being safe. But it looks like fun.
I hate doing this to the Bandits because I feel like it discredits them. But the excitement and the feeling that everyone has around the Bandits winning a championship just really puts in perspective what would happen if the Bills ever won a Super Bowl.
I don't think the city, it's going to happen. So when it happens, the city will never be the same. I don't think any of parts of Western New York are going to be the same. I think other cities are going to see the impact because the Bills are so far reaching. I mean, we have Bills backers bars, everywhere?
It seems like it, yeah.
Like just going to be going bonkers.
Yeah.
The streets are going to need to be blocked off. It's going to be insane.
I mean, we talk about it all the time with if the Bills were ever to get the NFL draft here or with the new stadium, how that development how hotels will be able to handle more
The
people
influx
coming
of
in.
people.
I mean, there's enough people that would come in just for a Bills championship parade.
Oh, yeah. For anyone who's watching from out of town, I think someone said they were watching from out of town. Would you come to Buffalo? Would you come back home if the Bills won the Super Bowl? Would you fly in for the celebration? Because I mean, that parade. I wonder where it would go down. Do you think it would go down to like down Delaware to Niagara Square? Do you think they would do it in Orchard Park so they could go down like Abbott or something?
No, I think they would do something down Delaware and then get to City Hall and then do like a follow up. I think I think the Blackhawks did this when they won one of their Stanley Cups. They went down essentially like Main Street of Chicago and then went to Soldier Field for like a celebration.
Yeah, a big thing.
So that I would see the Bills doing something like that.
Peter says there'll be an earthquake and it'll be a ripple effect. Oh, it was Jackie, yes, who's out of town. And she says, hell yeah, we'll be back in a heartbeat. I think you got to get the first flight back.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, I know every conversation ends up going back to Disney, but when I was in Disney in January, the amount of Bills stuff that I saw on people was through the, like,
How does roll?
you don't expect it until you experience it.
Yeah.
And it seems like Bills Mafia is just ever reaching, which is, it's a good feeling.
However, I'm not trying to jinx anything here. Like, knock on everything. We already got the Hard Knocks jinx going on. The Madden jinx
We
already
had the
happened.
Madden one already, yeah.
So, I mean, I think we're just going to be optimistic about it. I know it's going to happen at some point. I'm not saying anything about this season, but we still have a long way to go. Danielle thinks the city would shut down.
what's so funny, Danielle, is that I could see so many people having like an off day on that Monday or Tuesday that they had the parade. Us? Nope.
Oh, no, we'll be
That'd
at
be
work.
the busiest.
But it's also going to be the best day to work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it'll be the best. Everyone's going to be in the best mood. I don't even know how businesses are going to be able to function.
I can't imagine a single person being upset if the Bills won the championship and we had the coverage.
Oh, no.
Like everyone would still come in. Oh, yep, sure thing. Happy to help.
Connie's got a great point. This weekend's big for our QB1, for our MVP.
Potentially, yeah.
He's getting married. We think so, right? I think Deion Dawkins kind of let it
Some
slip.
rumors.
He let it slip during the press conference, and we know. We saw him. I saw a picture of him getting off his flight in California. I think they're doing it back in his home state. I can't wait to see the pictures. Like, I really hope there's like a Vogue feature or something. I really want to see like the pictures from the wedding. I just know Haley's going to look stunning. Obviously, our boy Josh is going to look incredible.
Does he shave?
Is he shaved now?
No, I'm asking. Would he shave for the wedding?
He has a beard right now?
Doesn't he always have a beard? Except
He's
for when he
got,
had
like-
this sick mustache. Ugh,
You love
that's a
Josh
good
Allen.
time. You don't?
Of course I love Josh Allen.
Sheesh.
Oh, yeah. He's got the
Yeah.
mustache going.
Yeah, he's got
So I
some
saw a
stubble
picture of
and
him holding golf clubs when he got off the plane. He's got a little stubble going.
stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
Would you want him
Kanye,
to shave?
If I was getting married to Josh Allen, I really wouldn't care what he was doing. It wouldn't matter to me. I don't think he needs to be clean shaven. I think it looks good either way, honestly. It wouldn't matter to me. Connie says it's trimmed up. Yeah, he's got like the kind of...
Not like
Clean.
this. Not at all like this.
No.
Not, I work.
But you're going to clean it up before the wedding, you're going to. Don't
Maybe.
forget.
I'll have a mustache for the wedding, no doubt about it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
agree.
glad that you brought up Marguerite. My absolute favorite thing that we've done in a little bit was show the clip of Dion at the press conference talking about Hard Knocks, and he is wearing a Dion Dawkins shirt.
Oh my gosh.
That was that made me
Pure aura.
that was like childhood laughter. It was just such a good feeling. Kid on
Lori's met
Christmas.
him. I mean, he's one of the guys. I mean, again, everyone on the team is pretty solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, haven't met the new guys yet, but everyone that I've been able to interact with has been like top
Sick
notch, great guy. Like, we grab a beer, hang out. Dion though is like next level. He's like so cool.
I can imagine.
He's just like, he's nice. And the thing he's doing this week, he's gonna build.
Gigantic, right?
He's gonna build. Oh yeah, oh my God, he's huge. But he's gonna he started like renovating buildings now with Sinatra and Company.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who does that? He cares about the community. He's a good guy, big Dion fan.
That's the other thing that I will say about all sports teams here is that the community connection, it
Huge.
just feels so much different because I do think it's much more important and bigger here.
Elizabeth says, Dion went to my kid's school, met him, got his autograph. There was that day he was just like running around Chick-fil-A. I don't know, I think that was awesome. Did we ever talk about Hard Knocks on Second Cup? I don't think we did this week.
I don't think so.
What do you guys think about Hard Knocks? Do you watch it? Are you excited to watch the Bills? We aired a soundbite earlier this week of two different opinions when Deion Dawkins was wearing the shirt with his face on it. He was like, I love this because he's a media guy. He's going to be in front of the camera. He thinks it'll be great for people to see like the culture because we always talk about, the Bills culture, you know, they have such a great environment. But like now we get to see it. We get to kind of peel back and see what they're doing on the day to day. But then Sean McDermott was a little like, you know, there's going to be a lot they see. There's going to be a lot they don't see.
Yeah.
He seems like a much more private guy. And I
Yes.
can only imagine he got the call like, hey, you guys are going to be on Hard Knocks. And I feel like Sean was probably like, oh my God. Probably the last thing he wanted.
I don't know. Like I enjoy that type of programming, no matter what sport or really anything. Like if you see any sort of behind the scenes production, I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that you get to see people be normal people or be themselves.
Yeah.
I think someone like Josh, because I've heard him on other shows and I've heard him on some podcasts be very like funny and almost like bro-y. And even in his interviews, I mean, he's pure golden retriever vibes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So he's adorable. Dion will be great, but then if you have someone that's a little bit more reserved, maybe not so much. How would you do?
Oh, I'd love Hard Knocks. I mean,
Yeah,
it would depend.
I think I would hate it.
You wouldn't like if people came here with a camera and showed our behind the scenes. I mean, I'd just be like Jim Halper in The Office, doing the dead straight into the camera all the time.
So
It is
then
a
who
little
would I
weird.
be?
I don't know. You like Dwight?
No way!
See, that was such a Jim and Dwight moment, getting under your skin. Who do you want to be, Michael?
No, I'm not as.
Creed.
There are some conversations where I'm somewhere between Michael and Creed, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is entertaining. So I will say, if you got a camera that was behind the scenes of everything,
I think you'd see a lot, right? And
Yeah.
I welcome that. I love any of that kind of stuff, like that behind the scenes look. But Mark's a little skeptical here, and this is what a lot of people say. All the teams that are on that show end up tanking for the season.
that's something that I said when it was announced, and Jordan, our 5 a.m. producer, she's a Giants fan, and they were on Hard Knocks last year.
Well, they were going to suck regardless.
That's
They weren't
also
gonna
true,
be
but
good.
I said, isn't it only for like bottom dwelling teams that are on Hard Knocks? I didn't know that they had like good teams on the show, and she got pretty offended by that. So
Well, the Giants are a good team.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting to have like this type of dynamic, I will say.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna see things that you definitely would not have seen.
I
with
think the
Giants
Bills
last
are
year.
just must-see TV these days, and I think that because they've never been on Hard Knocks before, and I mean obviously for us it's like center stage, but for other people, I think they're really starting to pay attention to like what's happening in Orchard Park and what's happening in Western New York. So this is for people who are like, oh okay, yeah, finally putting respect on the Bills' name. I'm sure they're going to be super interested to what's going on. My dad says it's great August build up for the season. I think the part about Hard Knocks that really does kind of like just hurt my heart is like the guys who don't end up making the team. You really get to know those guys. I mean, like, Joe Andreessen, thankfully he made the team last year, but we got to know him. And, let's say he didn't. Like, we're going to get to know all the guys before they make that 53-man roster. And there's going to be guys that get cut that
It's
we're
like a
just
dating
oh,
show,
man.
honestly.
Yeah, they're going to get like kicked off the island.
Yeah.
They're going to get voted out of the villa.
Start calling in HBO. Start like
The public
doing votes.
The public has voted so and so out of
That
the
would be
linebacker position.
such a good way to do like
If
a
we gotta
last
say
man on
who made the
roster.
team.
That'd be so much fun.
Well, we just vote for anyone who had like local ties for sure. Jeanette, at the end of the day, they are athletes, men, husbands, boyfriends, parents. You're going to hear them swear and everything bad. You don't want to think about them, but the price of being famous, we can handle it. I think so. You know what, Jeanette? I think that's a great way to think about it. Like, they're people. They are like superhuman athletes. They're really talented. They're huge. But at the end of the day, they're people. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to show a little bit of vulnerability. But like, I think when the cameras are on, like, they perform.
Call me a sentimental guy if you need to. I find that to be more fascinating than anything that's going to be happening with the X's and O's or anyone in the training room or any of the other behind the scenes stuff that happens. Like, I love hearing about Josh's day. I want to know what he had for breakfast.
You want to know like what's in that guy's protein shake?
Absolutely.
100%.
I want to know his skincare routine. I'm just going to come out and
100%.
say it.
I love it. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully you're headed to the Pride Parade on Sunday. You get to see me there. I believe Ed's going to be there as well. A bunch of our team's going to be there. Howard says it's time for a beer. Anita says it's time for tea. Either way, let's have a great weekend. We'll come back to some better weather next week. Peace out.
Bye.